Hey there gamers, this is V back with some more Gunship Battle Crypto Conflict. In this video I would like to talk about the knockout fleet. So basically until a certain point in the game you will be able to hit the defense. If you know the process of a battle, and the moment you attack 5 ships, and until you reach limits you will be hitting only 10 ships, but the moment you attack a limits you will be hitting 11 or above, 12, 13, however the level it is. So how can you win against 1 versus 1 with 5 ships? Whatever you do, you can call it the knockout fleet. Basically you need a bunch of ships, which they are like preferably with stars, which they have more power than any other ship without the stars, of course. And in my case I chose to be the independence class, and they all tier 5s, and you see I made them all level 40. So to show you my fleet like that, I will try to show you on a fleet. So without the jets and the current buffs that I have and the equipment, 288 million power only in 4 ships. My equipment is actually quite decent and gives me a huge boost in this particular idea. So this can be called a knockout fleet. So as you can see, every single one of them has a star, and the percentage of the star is in the name. So the first 3 are with 55% and the last 2 are with 40%, which in the future maybe I will work on them, but now they are level 40s, so that's a lot of experience in there to use. This level 6 I have, it started well from the beginning of this game when I was doing some experiments and I discovered the stars, and it hit me with 1 star on it, which was 55%, and I managed to make it a tier 6, and then they updated the game. You couldn't make a tier 6 anymore because of the server of the shipyard level capacity nonsense and so on. Anyway, so people call it knockout fleet. Now a knockout fleet you can do on basically depends what you're specialized in. So if you have a certain stats on equipment, you can go with submarines, you can go with destroyers, whichever you prefer. Although the strongest of them all until a certain point, basically until the level where I am now, independence class will be your strongest part. Some people will choose to go with the submarines as well. It's not bad, it's actually good as well, because they will help you a lot during the Blitz 50 as well if you're at the beginning and you want to move from 30 to 50. But to survive on 30 you need a lot of independence, okay, or dukes, starting from duke and so on, independence. So this is my knockout fleet, and I can break pretty much lots of people just with 5 ships, and of course they all add up with the stats and they build up with this level. If I add my best 3 jets, it will up with 332 million in a fleet, and of course if I add some buffs as well and so on, it will be a bit more. So there is that knockout fleet. So the moment you attack with your first fleet, you have multiple fleets on your carriers, right? So they will be arranged in terms of combat power or auto recommended as it is now. But if you remove a ship, and I will say they will be arranged like this in a way. So the moment you hit with your first one, which has to be the strongest of your fleet, that's the one who breaks defense. And most people, they don't have enough resources to spend all aboard the carrier, okay? So they cannot make every single ship on the carrier to be high level, to be strong on the second part of the defense, which is if an aircraft carrier carries 20 ships on it, the first 10 will be his strong ships. And for that purpose you need to make the first 5 of your ships, which is the first attack, the best ships possible. Now some people, I noticed, they do the knockout fleet, maybe they don't call it like that, but they do it as a mixture. Okay, let's mix it up a bit so to see what I'm talking about. So let's make it like this. So I have 2 independents, 2 typhoons and 1 destroyer. Of course for them they will be probably high levels, and that's a mixture of a fleet which has a decent combat power of 317 million in my case. But the problem is this. So the moment you hit someone with your knockout fleet, which are your strongest fleets as a first attack, the problem is because your ships are divided, you're gonna encounter his defense. And most cases the 10 ships on any AC, they are not the same, alright? So the defense of AC, it's a mixture of other ships, which implements for this scenario, like I have it here as a destroyer. Imagine hitting like, let's say 5 Independents, 3 Typhoons and 2 destroyers. Because of the game, how it's working, each class, it's made to beat another class, alright? So for that reason, well, let me show you actually. Okay, for that reason, when you mix it up the idea, so for example, all the independents in that defense from the AAC will focus in particular on the ships that they are much stronger than the others, which in this case, all the independents, they are gonna be targeting the submarines, which they are gonna fall first. Preferably, you don't want your ships to fall. Even if you build a lot of durability, they will still fall because there is focused fire, which means a bunch of ships, they focus on a single target, because they are the strongest against your Typhoons, and they will focus on this in particular. The same if he has a bunch of submarines, it will focus on your destroyer. If he has a bunch of destroyers, it will focus on your independents. And for that not to happen, because when you attack someone, you want your ships to last as long as possible and not fall one by one because of the defense criteria. So that, what I do recommend for everyone, the knockout fleet has to be a full fleet of a single style of ships. You either do independents, you either do Typhoons, or you either do, for example, Darings as a knockout fleet. And of course depends who you are attacking. Based on his HQ level, based on his power and so on, you will know what you want to encounter. And if you see that the first attack it fails, of course you can start combining it a bit. That's why you have the reports to learn and focus on the things. So for example, if I'm attacking someone, the same like HQ 32 like I am, so I'm attacking him and I'm gonna fail the first attack. I'm gonna look in the power gap. If you seen, let's see if I have some reports on here. Where is it? Base defense, not that one. Okay, so I'll take one of my alliance members as a idea. So that's his ships, alright, and he hits the defense as well. Oh, okay, that's not a good example because he doesn't have all the ships in there. So yeah. Anyway, your reports will say something like this. I'm gonna use the same report, but you can look at the power here. All right. So first you're gonna be the attacker, and the second will be the one that is getting attacked. So in the case that you're seeing that, of course they are gonna burn all your ships, so your maximum power is gonna be lost. But you have to look how much power did you actually took from his defense, because on details you're probably not gonna see anything of his ships if it's not enough. So in that case, you see if it's a small amount, it means it has a lot of ships which they are against your knockout fleet. In that case you can just mix it up. So if my independents are gonna fail, I'm gonna put my I'm gonna build it up, I'm gonna put the destroyers in. Alright, if that is gonna fail, I'm gonna remove another independence, I'm gonna put a Typhoon in, and I will see which one is his weakness at that point. But before I do that, to test his defense and the reports, I want to test the full knockout fleet, because even if I hit a couple destroyers, they are not gonna hurt me, because the whole bunch of these ships are meant to be with higher durability, with a lot of damage and everything. So they will focus on the weakest link, which they are the Typhoons. First they are gonna fall the Typhoons, then they are gonna fight the independents, and they will put the Darings or Zamwalts or whatever he has at the last place of attack. And for that reason I need a lot of durability on these ones. So all my research and stuff, they are built specially for frigate. Also the base skins, nameplate, portrait, you can make them to be specialized in this one. And for them to resist as much, you want to build up durability and evasion. So to show you my evasion level, and I can show you also from where I get it, not here. So admiral skills, let's go on the frigate section. frigate anti-ship 631, which is okay for now. I can build a bit more, I need a few resources. And the important one that I was about to is the durability, which I'm a bit low, I need a lot more for my level. And also this is the important, the evasion, frigate evasion, basically it's 0 damage. So the moment it hits you, 66% chance of evade. That means like 1 in a couple of hits, it's 0 damage to the ship. But there is also a trick to it. The problem is if it's evading too much, and I noticed that when I was doing Royal Armada, Royal Fleets. So the moment you evade too much, which happens very often, it helps you, that evasion helps you a lot. You evade too many hits, the ship is gonna run out of arms capacity, which you wanna build that a couple of traits in arms capacity. You wanna use modules to build up your arm capacity for that not to happen. So if you go this path with evasion, durability, because you want to sustain the fight as much as possible, it's 5 ships against 10, 11 or 12 or 13 or however you're fighting against. So yeah, I went for the evasion setup, and the most evasion I can get is from the skins, which is the nameplate, and the crystal nameplate I have in level 21, which gives you about 17%, and I have some from research and so on. They add up pretty much from everywhere. So yeah, that's about it, guys, from the knockout fleet. I hope you understand everything I talked here, and maybe you find it helpful and useful. Let me know what you think, and probably some viewers out there that they met my fleet, they know that I can break defenses as well. They can break mine as well, some of them, no worry. And also in this video I like to give a big thank you to the server 136. If any viewers from there are watching, thank you guys, and I will visit by every invasion for those backstabbing, and I don't want to do any names. Alright, so that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe in case you didn't, and I will see you on the next video.